Hello students, welcome to Infinite Maths, to infinity and beyond in mathematics with me Bhuvaneshwari. So today we are going to start with quadratic equations. In the previous videos, if you had checked, I have completed factorization. So quadratic equations, factorization of quadratic trinomial is the first part of quadratic equations, which is my third video. If you haven't checked, please check it and come back. So in this video, I'm going to look into quadratic equations and I'm going to teach you the quadratic formula or the Sridharacharya's rule. So quadratic equations is, you will have it for class 10, ICSE, CBSE as well as the state board. Okay. So first quadratic equations, so the general form of quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 for a not equal to 0. So what is a quadratic equation? Quadratic equation is one where the equation has the degree 2, that is the power, the highest power of a variable is 2. So here the variable is x. For x, the highest power is 2. That means the degree of the equation is 2. So ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 is the quadratic equation for a not equal to 0. Say if a is equal to 0, then that does form a quadratic equation. That is why the general form has got a not equal to 0. So what is a, b and c here? A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant term. Say for example 9x square plus 7x minus 2 equal to 0. So in this a is equal to 9, b is equal to 7, c is equal to minus 2. So this is a quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So in the previous video, this quadratic trinomial, I taught you how to factorize a quadratic trinomial. In this video, now here look at this is 9x square plus 7x minus 2, right? So you can easily factorize this by using the quadratic formula. That's what we are going to look into. Okay. So before moving into quadratic formula, first we will check again the roots of an equation. And already I would have mentioned about the roots of the equation in my first video. Again I will repeat this roots of an equation, because if you understand what the roots of an equation is, then only we can go into quadratic equations, quadratic formula. Okay, so roots of an equation. So let us say for the general formula ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, for this general form of the quadratic equation, let x equal to alpha and y equal to beta be the roots of the equation. X equal to alpha and y equal to beta be the roots of the equation. So here x is equal to alpha, y is equal to beta. I have taken only two roots. You know, I think the power is 2, the highest degree. The degree of this equation is 2. Therefore, there will be only two roots for this equation. So if x is equal to alpha, y is equal to beta be the roots of this equation, then the roots of the equation means x is equal to alpha satisfies the equation. That is a into alpha the whole squared plus b into alpha plus c. If you find the value of this, you should get a 0. That means x is equal to alpha is the root of the equation, or x is equal to alpha is the solution of the given equation, or x equal to alpha satisfies the equation. So all the words are same: roots of an equation, solution of a given equation, or satisfies the equation is the same. The meaning is the same. Okay. So now let us consider an example. So 9x squared plus 7x minus 2 equal to 0. Say if I substitute x is equal to minus 1 in this. So 9 into minus 1 the whole square plus 7 into minus 1 minus 2. We need to check whether we are getting an equal to 0 or not. So 9 times of minus 1 the whole square is 9. Minus plus 7 into minus 1 will become minus 7 minus 2. So 9 minus 9 becomes 0. Therefore, we say x equal to minus 1 is the root of the equation. Is the root of the given equation. or in other words x equal to minus 1 is a solution of the given equation, or x is equal to minus 1 satisfies the equation. Also we can say x plus 1 is a factor of the given equation. So I hope you know what a factor is. Factor means this 9x square plus 7x minus 2 is exactly divisible by x plus 1. Exactly divisible in the sense the remainder will be 0. Okay, that is the meaning of factor of the given equation. So these are all the terms that is being used for in the place of roots. Either roots or a solution of an equation, or satisfies an equation, or a factor of the equation. Okay. Now we will start with the quadratic formula or Sridharacharya's rule. So for an equation ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, the quadratic formula is given by x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. X is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. The whole divided by 2a. Minus b is also included in the division symbol. So here minus b. Here in this minus b plus or minus is given. That means there are two roots for this equation x for this quadratic formula. So x is minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. The other root is x is equal to minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. In this, b square minus 4ac is called as the discriminant of the equation, which is denoted by capital D. D equal to b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant. The discriminant of the equation. So what is the discriminant? Why do we need to study about this? By using the discriminant of an equation, we are going to split the quadratic equation into real equation. We will know about the nature of the roots. That is, the nature of the roots means whether the given roots are real or imaginary. Okay, and how the roots are going to be. If it is real, how is it going to be? Whether it is going to be equal or distinct or unequal. Okay. So, if for this d is equal to b square minus 4ac is called the discriminant, and d is, if d is greater than or equal to 0, then the roots are real. I am specifying this statement because this is a statement which came in the class 10 CBSE question paper. This had come for if d is greater than or equal to 0, or they will give like if b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, what will be the nature of the roots? So the b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0, then the roots are real. Okay, this is the nature of the roots. Okay, so now we will check in detail about the equation, about the discriminant thing. So now when d is greater than or equal to 0, I told you that the roots are real. So there arises two cases. One is when d greater than 0, the other one is when d equal to 0. So when d is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct or unequal. In simple words, unequal. When d is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. Okay, what will happen when the discriminant is less than 0? The roots are imaginary. The roots are imaginary, or also the roots does not exist. Anything you can write, both are same. The roots does not exist. Okay, so when discriminant is, what is the value of the discriminant? It is b square minus 4ac. Find b square minus 4ac, which is the discriminant. If d is greater than 0, the roots are real and unequal. When d is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. When d is less than 0, the roots are imaginary or the roots does not exist. So when you know the discriminant value, when you know that the roots are real and unequal, then you will have two different roots. That is, you will have two different values for x. When d is equal to 0, we know that the roots are real and equal. That means you will have a single value. Say for example, if I say x square minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, we clearly know that this is x minus 1 the whole square using the algebraic identity. Okay, so then x is equal to 1. So both the roots are x is equal to 1. 1 comma 1 will be the roots of this equation. So the roots are real and equal here. Okay, so now we have defined the discriminant. So now the quadratic formula can be given by x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d. B square minus 4ac is nothing but d. So you can write it like minus b plus or minus root of d divided by the whole divided by 2a. I hope you understand. Now we will go into some problems. I will do some problems based on this quadratic formula. So instead of factorization method, we can also use the quadratic formula and find out the values of x. It is not necessary that you have to use the factorization method. If you find factorization method easier, then you can use the factorization method or you can use the quadratic formula method. So if they have not specified, okay, so if in your examination paper, if they have specified solve the given quadratic equation, some quadratic equation by using the factorization method, then you have to use the factorization method. There you cannot use quadratic formula there. If they have specified solve by using quadratic formula method or Sridharacharya's rule, then you have to use x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d by 2a. Okay, so depending on the questions that has been asked in your question paper, you need to use whichever method you want. Okay, so now let me take an example. X squared plus 6x plus 6 equal to 0. So this cannot be done by using the factorization method. Say 6 means the factors will be 6 and 1, 3 and 2. So both doesn't add up to 6. So you cannot use factorization method. You have to use quadratic formula method. So now this is in the form of, so how to give the steps? This is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, so now on comparing, you see a is equal to 1, b is equal to 6, c is equal to 6. You have to write all these steps in your board examination. So now let us find the discriminant. First we need to find the discriminant, check the nature of the roots. If the roots are real, then only you can proceed with the problem. So now we know d is b square minus 4ac. So therefore b is substituted as 6 square minus 4 times a is 1 into c is 6. So now this is 36 minus 4 6 are 24. So 36 minus 24 is 12. So clearly d is equal to 12, which implies d is greater than 0. We know 12 is greater than 0, so d is greater than 0. So what does this imply? When the discriminant is greater than 0, the roots are real and unequal. The roots are real and unequal. You have to give the statement. Next, let us use the quadratic formula. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d divided by 2a, which is equal to minus b. B is 6. So minus 6 plus or minus root of d is 12 divided by 2a is 1. Okay, so now this is equal to minus 6 plus or minus 12 can be given as 4 times of 3. So the root of 12 is 4, root of 4 is 2 into 3 is root 3. Okay, so root of 12 will be 2 into root 3 divided by 2. So now from these two, okay, I will tell you one more thing. What you will do is, you will just like this, you will cancel 2 times of 3, 2 times of 1. No. You should not do this. If you are doing this kind of simplification, they will reduce the marks. They might reduce your marks. So what you have to do, you have to take the numbers in common. So what did we get? Minus 6 plus or minus for root 12 we got 2 root 3 divided by 2, right? So from 6 and 2 you see 2 can be removed in common. So let us remove 2 in common. So we get minus 3 plus or minus root 3 divided by 2. Now cancel these two 2's. Okay? You have to remove 2 in common and then only you can cancel the 2's. So you get x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus root 3, right? So our roots are minus 3 plus root 3 or x is equal to minus 3 minus root 3. So these are the roots of the quadratic equation. I hope you understand. So let me teach you one more problem. Now let us consider x squared plus x plus 2 equal to 0. Let us consider this quadratic equation, x squared plus x plus 2 equal to 0. Now again this is in the form. This is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So a is equal to, on comparing these two, because here the coefficient, there is no coefficient that is not that you are going to consider a as 1, don't consider it as 0. Okay, here the coefficient of x squared, there is no coefficient of x squared and x, so take a as 1, b is also 1, c is equal to 2. Now let us first find the discriminant. D is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So 1 squared minus 4 into 1 into 2. So you get 1 minus 4 2's are 8. So you got minus 7. So D is equal to minus 7. D is a negative value. A negative value is less than 0. So when discriminant is less than 0, according to the nature of the roots, we get the roots are imaginary or roots does not exist. So this implies the roots does not exist. That means there is no value for x. You cannot find a real value for x. You can find imaginary value. So you cannot find a real value of x. So this is the answer. So the previous problem which we did, x square plus 6x plus 6 equal to 0, there we got d as 12. So the roots were, d is greater than 0, so the roots are real and unequal. For this, the d is less than 0, that is we get d is equal to minus 7, d is less than 0, so the roots does not exist or roots are imaginary. This will be a 2-mark problem. The previous problem would be a 3-mark problem. Sometimes might be asked in 5 marks. Next problem is 2x squared plus 6 root 3x minus 60 equal to 0. Now again, this is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So now on comparing, you get a is equal to 2, b is equal to 6 root 3 and c is equal to minus 60. Let us find the discriminant. D is equal to b squared minus 4ac. So b is 6 root 3 the whole squared minus 4 into 2 into minus 60. So 6 root 3 the whole squared. 6 squared is 36. We get 6 root 3 the whole square means that is 6 is multiplied 2 times, root 3 is again multiplied 2 times. So 6 into 6 will be 36 into root 3 is 3. So 36 times 3 will give us 108. So 108 minus of minus. So when you are having two negative signs, you have to first multiply the signs or else we will forget. Minus into minus is a plus. 4 2s are 8. 8 into 60 is 480. So on adding we get 588. Right? So now the discriminant is equal to 588. So here we see D is greater than 0. Therefore, this implies the roots are real and unequal. So now when we know the roots are real and unequal, then you can use the quadratic formula method. So we know x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d divided by 2a, which is equal to b is 6 root 3. So minus 6 root 3 plus or minus root of d is root of 588 divided by 2 times of a is 2. Okay, how to find the square root of 588? When you are having a bigger number, if you know the long division method, you can of course use the long division method or the simpler one, prime factorization method. So let me just show you how to use that. So 588 using the prime factorization method. So the least prime number, you always use only the prime numbers, don't use composite numbers. So 2 2s are 4, 18, 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8. Then again divisible by 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14. So it is divisible by 3. Now 3 4s are 12, 3 9s are 27, 7 7s are 49, 7 1s are 7. So once you find the prime factorization, if you see the prime factors, there are 2 2s, there are 2 7s and 1 3. Group it in 2s, like, or pair it, okay, pair the numbers. So for this first pair of 2, we are going to take only once because we are finding the square root, we are going to take it once. For this pair, we are going to take 1 7. So now 2 into 7 is 14. For this 3 which is left without a pair, we are going to write it as root of 3. Okay. So for this pair of 2, I took a 2. And for this pair of 7, I have taken 7 once. So 2 into 7 is 14. This 3 which is unpaired, I am taking it as root of 3. So this is how we get the prime factorization of root of 588. So now you see this becomes minus 6 root 3 plus or minus root of 588 is 14 times of root of 3 divided by 2 2s are 4. So this is equal to, again from here you see root 3 is taken in common, 6 and 14 we can remove 2 in common. So if I take 2, root 3 is removed in common, into, start the bracket, from minus is not outside, so let us put minus, 6 divided by 2 is 3 plus or minus 14 by 2 is 7. We have removed root 3 out of the bracket. So now this becomes 2 root 3 into minus 3 plus or minus 7 divided by 4. Sorry. Okay. So now you can cancel. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4. So now the answer is root 3 by 2 into minus 3 plus or minus 7. This is x. So now again we are having plus or minus, so we need to write it as 2 roots. So x is equal to root 3 by 2 into minus 3 plus 7, or x is equal to root 3 by 2 into minus 3 minus 7, which is equal to root 3 by 2 into minus 3 plus 7 is nothing but 4, or root 3 by 2 into minus 3 minus 7 is minus 10. So 2 times of 2, so this is 2 root 3. This is the value of x, or here 2 times of 5. So we get x is equal to minus 5 root 3. This is the answer. So I hope you understand this. So here we have done the prime factorization. I have showed you how to find the square root of 588, and then I have showed you how to take the common factors and how to find out the roots of this equation. So let me teach you one more problem based on quadratic equation. One with a negative value of b. When you are having the coefficient of b, there are some places where you need to be careful, where you will by mistake you will avoid that negative value and come when you are doing in your examination. So x minus 1 by x is equal to 3 for x is not equal to 0. This is the question. X minus, when you are given x minus 1 by x is equal to 3, first of all you need to simplify this x minus 1 by x equal to 3, bring it as a quadratic equation. So now take the LCM as x. So when you LCM is x, it's x square minus 1 is equal to 3. So x square minus 1 is equal to 3x. So x squared minus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. Now this is the quadratic equation. So now you have to start with the problem. This is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So on comparing you get a is 1, b is minus 3, c is equal to minus 1. So as usual let us find the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. So b is minus 3 the whole squared minus 4 into 1 into minus 1. So b is minus 3. So we have to substitute in the place of b as minus 3 the whole squared. So minus 3 the whole square is 9. 9 minus into minus is plus. So 9 plus 4, which is 13. So of course d equal to 13 is greater than 0. When d is greater than 0, then that implies the roots are real and unequal or distinct. Okay, so now once we know that the roots are real and unequal, again we are going to use the quadratic formula x equal to minus b plus or minus root of d by 2a, which is equal to minus b. Here see, this is where you will go wrong. B is equal to minus 3. Already there is a minus b in the formula. So how to substitute this? Put a minus which is there in the formula. Start a bracket. In the place of b, substitute minus 3. Okay, d is equal to 13. So plus or minus root of 13 divided by 2 times a is 1. Okay, so now minus of minus is a plus 3 plus or minus root 13 divided by 2. This is our x. So therefore the roots of x are x is equal to 3 plus root 13 the whole divided by 2, or x is equal to 3 minus root 13 the whole divided by 2. This is the answer. So I hope you understand. This is where you will go wrong sometimes. When you are having minus b and b is negative, you will leave this minus because you will think that you have already substituted the minus. So be careful with that. So put a minus sign which is there in the formula. Start a bracket, give the value of minus 3 inside the bracket, and you have to multiply. Minus into minus is plus 3 plus or minus root of 13, the whole divided by 2. So these are the different problems that you will get in quadratic equation. The one more problem that you might get is where the coefficients are not given as numerical terms. Like see this problem we had x squared minus 3x plus 1 minus 3, or we will get it like x squared plus ax plus a square minus b square equal to 0. We need to use the quadratic formula method. So I'll teach you one problem based on that. If you have any other doubts, you can leave it in the comment section so I can solve and send it to you, or I can do one more video for your doubts. So x square minus 4ax minus b square plus 4a square equal to 0. This is one of the problems of in the CBSE question paper. You might get these kind of problems also in your board examination. So again this is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So what is a is the coefficient of x squared. So a is equal to 1. There is no coefficient, so 1. So b is minus 4a. It's minus 4ax. So you need to consider b as minus 4a. and c is equal to, take it as minus b square plus 4a square. This minus b square and 4a square doesn't have a variable x. So whichever doesn't have a variable, those are all constants. So here for this problem, minus b square plus 4a squared is the constant. So minus b squared plus 4a squared. This is c. Now as usual, let us find the discriminant. B square minus 4ac. So b is minus 4a. So substitute minus 4a and find out the whole square of it. So minus 4 into a is 1. C is minus b square plus 4a squared. Now minus the whole square is plus 4a the whole square, that is 4 squared is 16. A the whole square is a square itself. Minus square is plus 4 squared and then a square. So 16 a squared. Now this is minus 4 into minus of b, minus 4 into minus b square plus 4a square. So there are two terms inside this bracket. You need to multiply minus 4 with each and every term, then only you can open the bracket. So minus into minus is a plus, 4 into b squared is 4b squared. Next, minus into plus is a minus, then 4 4s are 16 a squared. So now plus 16a square minus 16a squared can be cancelled. So we get d is equal to 4b squared. So look at 4b squared. 4 is the perfect square of 2. B square is nothing but is already in a perfect square. So here d is equal to 4b squared is greater than 0. Okay, because both the values are in perfect square, so you can say d is greater than 0 and there is no negative sign. If there is a negative value, then it will be d is less than 0. Here there is no negative value, it is positive and both are in perfect squares, so d is greater than 0. So this implies the roots are real and unequal. Okay, so now let's find the roots. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of d divided by 2a. Okay, so this is equal to, again here also b is equal to minus 4a. So already that is in the quadratic formula we have a negative sign. Put the negative sign first. For in the place of b we are going to substitute minus 4a plus or minus. D is 4b squared. So root of 4b squared, the whole divided by a is 1. So 2 times of 1. Now minus of minus is a plus 4a plus or minus root of 4b squared. So when you are having root of 4b squared, root of 4 is 2, b squared, root of b squared will be b divided by 2. So now from these two terms we can remove 2 in common, right? So we can remove 2 in common, 2 times of 2a plus or minus b, the whole divided by 2. So 2 gets cancelled. So x is equal to 2a plus b or x is equal to 2a minus b. This is the answer. So these are some types of problems that you will get in the quadratic equations. Do more problems, you can use R.S. Agarwal book, especially you can use NCERT exemplar. After completing your exemplar in R.S. Agarwal book, try R.D. Sharma book also. Okay, if you have any doubts, please post your comment and share my videos to your friends. Thank you.